Hello, and welcome to this video outlining the requirements for the BSBA degree and how you might go about selecting classes. Whether you are a new student just transferring in or a continuing Lamb Family College of Business student, we hope that you will find this information helpful. First, a few quick reminders. Please make sure to submit any official transcripts for previous work you've done to the university as soon as possible. This will allow us to give you credit where credit is due and make planning out your courses here easier for you and your advisor. Second, the University Advising Center has a number of videos available on their YouTube channel. The videos include information on GE requirements, your transfer credit report, the degree progress report, and how to look up and register for classes. If you are a new transfer student, we urge you to watch the videos available to you on Visual Zen, as they're tailored specifically to you. These also include one on Degree Planner, which we highly recommend. This slide gives you a list of general advising resources available to you. Remember the first one, as it will be your go-to for drop-in advising and scheduling appointments to meet with a professional advisor. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's get to it. The Lamb Family College of Business offers two Bachelor of Science degrees, the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, or BSBA, and the Bachelor of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Management. The focus of this video is the BSBA. Within the BSBA, you can choose between 8 different concentrations. All 8 concentrations share a common core of 13 classes. You then take an additional 7 classes in your concentration. This chart illustrates the sequencing of the 13 core classes plus prerequisite classes you have hopefully already taken if you're transferring in. On the left side of the sheet are the lower division classes, on the right side, upper division. Arrows between classes mean that you have to take one class before you can take another. For example, Finance 350 over here in the upper right requires Accounting 101, DS 212, and Econ 101 and 102. The classes that are shaded gray are the classes that are the introductory ones for that particular field. You likely want to get to the ones for your specific concentration sooner rather than later. That is, if you are a management major, for example, you want to take Management 405 as soon as you can, as it will open up your management concentration classes to you. You'll be referring to this bubble sheet a lot. You can always find it at the advising website at cob.sfsu.edu/advising. As I said, each concentration requires you to take 7 classes, which are a mix of required and elective classes. For example, management has 3 required classes, and then you can pick 4 electives. You can either pick them all from the same List A of classes, or pick 3 from List A and 1 from List B. Finance has 3 required classes, 1 class that you can pick from a set of 2, and then 3 additional electives you can pick from a set of 12. Each concentration is different, so I can't be more specific here. You'll want to look up your concentration requirements in the bulletin. A special note, and I'll come back to this shortly, is that you generally can double count classes and get 2 concentrations or add a minor. For example, you could use 3 DS classes as your finance electives. Those 3 classes could also be used as your required DS classes, while your finance required classes can be your DS electives. So you've got your BSBA core classes, your concentration classes. The last piece is your upper division GE and SF State Studies classes. There are 3 upper division GE classes that are required of you. UDB for Physical and/or Life Sciences, UDC for Arts and/or Humanities, and UDD for Social Sciences. SF State Studies are 4 areas we think are important each student fulfill in order to graduate from our university. These could be separate classes or they can be overlays. They are American Ethnic and Racial Minorities, Environmental Sustainability, Global Perspectives, and Social Justice. Okay, how do we put all this together? The order you want to go in is to complete your Golden 4 if you haven't already. Next, you want to take any prerequisite classes, especially those that are lower division degree requirements. Remember I told you this bubble sheet would show up again? Well, here it is. Make sure that you complete the classes listed here from the left side of the sheet as soon as possible. Then broaden the scope and take any of the core classes from the bubble sheet. Focus on taking the introductory class to your concentration ASAP. After that, you will look at your concentration classes and electives, and finally, your upper division GE and SF State Studies classes. Those have the lowest priority because you have the most options for those, so you use them to fill any gaps in the schedule. Now, specifically, if you are a new transfer student, here's what you should look at taking in your first semester. If you haven't already taken one or more of the Golden 4 or the lower division business classes, take them as soon as possible. After that, start in on your core classes. The ones that are purple are introductory classes in the concentration, and the ones with asterisks can be taken as soon as you are upper division, as they do not have any prerequisites. As a note, we do not recommend you take Finance 350 and DS 412 in the same semester if you're not really excited by math. They're both very quantitative. Some general tips as you set about putting together your course plan for your time with us. If you have options, try to find classes that meet several requirements at once. For example, your required IBIS 330 also satisfies UDD and the Global Perspectives SF State Studies. HTM 424 meets 3 requirements: UDC, plus American Ethnic and Racial Minorities, and Social Justice. If you're especially strategic about it, you may be able to earn a minor or even a double major with very few extra classes. Earlier, I mentioned the example of Finance and DS. Another example, if you take your upper division GE classes and your SF State Studies classes in HTM, you can simultaneously earn an HTM minor. The same may be true for other majors, perhaps even outside the College of Business. Okay, so now what? First, make sure all your transcripts have been submitted. Then, take some time to look over all your requirements, including possible minors or double majors you might be interested in. Your degree planner can be immensely helpful in this respect. If you haven't already, watch the degree planner video on Visual Zen to learn how to use it. And always talk to an advisor. You can find links to connect with them at cob.sfsu.edu/advising. Thank you so much for watching. Please reach out if you have any questions.